things they believe in, and it's also one of the most toxic communities in existence. So that's why I chose
Yeah,
Overwatch
the
to do
most
this.
toxic fucking fag run, fucking women run, fucking
Yeah, no, really,
college
yeah.
liberal community
Oh, so
that
we're
fucking
sexist?
exists.
No,
Yes,
that's why I chose this particular platform to do this on, because
women don't
most of
deserve
the,
equal rights.
well, I don't know about all that. I won't go that
I
far.
do.
Yeah,
Women are
that's pretty
violent
lame.
and
That's
fucking
pretty
angry
lame, bro.
human beings.
That's pretty
I,
lame, bro.
no, that's a little far for me. I mean, obviously, I think they deserve human rights. It's just I just don't
That
think you can pick and choose. Like you either get everything that a man gets, the good and the bad, or you don't get what a man gets. My personal opinion. Like, you know what I'm
The
saying? Like,
majority of people who commit violent crimes are raised in single-parent households.
oh, for sure. Don't say that to anyone, because you'll be a racist instead of a person
Raised,
bringing up factual
raised
data.
by a woman.
no, but being left isn't un-American because being left is not. I don't know. It's just not un-American. You can't really debate that. You can't
No
really
shit.
debate for. You can't really debate for being un-American. It's just a political view of America.
Well, it was really difficult to create a title because I had to create 3 separate titles because Overwatch is so strict in its language that it was saying that it was an invalid group name.
Oh
I guess.
yeah,
They're
the
not
the
very strict.
word is
They're not very strict. Literally,
they are
that's
very
just
strict.
that's
They don't let you put the word systemic in
Well,
group titles.
I put Democratic, I put Democrat, I put liberal, and it blocked it every single time. And then when I put leftist, it changed. It let me. So
So being democratic or
This-
liberal is inherently un-American, just so you know.
no. Oh, that's the guy I wanted. Okay, so what makes you think that being a leftist is not un-American?
Because just having a political view cannot make you un-American unless you're inherently trying to destroy America itself.
Okay, we'll see. We'll see. In bringing that up, I would think that we would have to describe what being American is, right? We would have to like lay down the
Yeah, because
foundations of
America is
what we
not a
both
because
believe American is.
America isn't a country that's based on right-wing political views. It's based around the all. There is no un-American besides like communism.
Oh, it's based on Enlightenment values,
Correct,
based
correct.
on the
And
values of the
there are values
Constitution,
defined in each
which
side.
are right-wing values.
And see, well, see,
Like,
here,
values based on Christianity.
let me give you my take, and then let me
Can't
see
use
what, let me
religion
see
to
your,
correct
hold on, let me give you, hold on, let me give you my, because that I love that you just said that. So let me give you my take of what being American is, and then we'll go from there and see what your response is. Because like I like what you just said, you can't use religion. Whenever any liberal or leftist debates any type of thing about what America has always stood for, right? They always say it was a melting pot. It was meant for everyone to come to America, but then they always come back to the whole religious thing. But that doesn't stand up to it. But it's like that was one of the main reasons most people even left, because of religious prosecution, and they wanted to freely worship who they wanted to worship, and that was a major reason that a lot of people immigrated to America, for religious freedom. And a lot of our laws were created by religious men who openly worshiped God. I don't know. I feel like our government, maybe not particular policies have been implemented under religious views, but I believe religion has really shaped the construction of our country on a fundamental level early on. So I think that removing religion from politics is just, I don't know, I think that in itself is inherently un-American. But get to my main point, being America has always been, everybody says it's a melting pot. I would argue, no, America's been, Jesus, 75, 80% white for 100 years. I think now we're at 65% white, with like 15 or 20% African American. So it's like, it's always been a white country. It just always has. We've always celebrated Christmas, not happy
Oh yeah,
holidays.
America has always been a white country, especially
He's not
when
from
we
America.
colonized the Indians. Yeah, true.
Oh, I love this guy. Hold on, let me finish my thought, because I don't want to go. That's a whole nother conversation.
He's
Anyways,
not from America. Why
no,
is he?
I can tell. But no, so
That's
anyways,
wrong,
long story short, because I don't want to ramble too long.
Well, I'm not from America. Hold up now.
America has always been white, mostly Christian, who celebrates Christmas, who believes in straight marriage. Most people are straight. Most people believe in guns. And so there's literally like a general set values, like a list of them, that almost all Americans abide by. And then you have the liberal left, who's complete opposite to every one of those values that a majority of Americans hold dear, which I would
Okay,
say
so
is
You don't think
American.
more people are on the left than on the right?
I
I think it's
think
both ways.
You must live in, you
I
must
think
live in
culturally,
bumfuck nowhere,
no,
my
I
guy.
think
Yeah,
culturally
for real, bro.
now,
That's a pretty bad take.
no, hold on, because see, I think that's a charged question because I would argue that the liberal media companies such as Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, I just think that those people are controlled, those companies particularly, are controlled by the liberal left, so they get to run the narrative in the country, which makes the I won't say the minority. I kind of think it's even now, but even if they were the minority, I would think that since they're in control, they have all the.
I live in Southern California. They're not the minority.
Well, California's. I mean, that's one of the most
Calif-
leftist. That's the most leftist liberal state in existence.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
also the most populated state.
well, yeah, I mean, yeah.
It's also the most.
Almost the most shittest state. I mean, you look at their policies and you look at their taxes and how expensive it is to live there.
How liberal the people are, and everyone here is liberal.
I know, and no, and
So, Spartan,
If I went
think where
outside
you're,
and said, I am tolerant of my own whiteness, I would be fucking socially ostracized.
I'm tolerant of my
Alright,
whiteness.
so-
I love it. But anyways, what's up, dude?
I think your argument falls apart just because that the liberal left doesn't agree with the inherent moral values of the right and what the country was founded on, in the sense that in the sense of abortion and marriage and like same-sex marriage and
Mhm.
shit like that. I think that's where you falls apart because I think that's what America was kind of
No,
made
those
for. You know?
two things are exactly where very like conservatism falls apart.
It's like,
with
oh,
abortion
yeah,
and
like, gay people can't marry each other because it makes me feel bad for whatever reason because it's even though it's not my life, right? You know.
No,
Mhm.
I don't agree with any of that shit.
Well,
Good,
that's not
good.
how it
I'm
works,
straight for-
actually. It
I'm
says
straight
in the
pro-choice.
Bible that a man can't marry a woman, and then the government decided, hey,
Conservative-
we're going to force you guys
conservatism is
to
not the same
do
thing
something in your
as
religion that is
Christianity.
against your
It's
religion.
not the same thing.
That's
But here's
what
the thing,
whole marriage
but here's the
most
thing, but here's the
Christians
thing,
are
though.
conservatives.
It's not religious. It's not like religious freedom if you're not letting gay people marry each other, though. Because
No,
You
it
can make-
is.
No,
it's
I'm
not.
not saying it is.
It's
Because
I know. I'm talking about grave.
it's against the religion, and the
Okay.
government is forcing people in a religion to do something that is against their
Here,
religion.
let me
They're not
interject
forcing
if
any
I
gay
could.
person to marry anybody.
Dude,
Hey, listen.
dude, I'm a conservative.
They're not married. They're not
and
forcing gay
you're
people to marry
out
anyone.
on
They're not
you're
holding a
out-
gun to their
Hey, you
throat
guys.
and
They're
making them
forcing
marry another
priests.
person.
Let's rein it
They're
in.
forcing priests to marry gay people.
Hey, you guys,
They're
let's rein it in.
forcing
Yep,
priests to marry
100%.
gay people.
Let's rein
That's
it in.
against. That's bad. That's a bad thing.
Seriously, let's
That's
rein it in
never
and keep it relatively civil, because the louder someone gets, the louder someone else gets, and then no one can hear anyone. But listen, when it comes to the gay marriage thing, bro, I'll tell you, because I'm not a conservative. I'm alt right, and I'll admit it openly. When it comes, yeah, no,
So you don't like
but I'm.
Jews, but you
No, I'm
still
no.
pro-America?
Hold on, no.
Oh,
I'm
there's no debate
I'm
with
the
this guy.
rep-
He's
hold on.
alt-right.
Quit
I'm the rep-
chirping him.
Yeah,
Let
I'm the
him say what he's gonna
Republican
say.
idea of alt-right, not the CNN version of alt-right. The CNN version of alt-right has misled people to believe what alt-right is. Alt-right is just
No,
the
I don't
idea
like
that,
Jews.
yeah, alt-right is just more so almost
saying
like a vigilanteism, almost, just not as radical. But anyways, to my point is, when it comes to,
Well, that's not true alt-rightism. You're moderate right.
anyways,
All
bro,
right.
okay, I'm not alt-right.
Let him
Anyway,
finish
okay,
what he
I
has to
think that
say.
the insurrection, I think the insurrection wasn't a big deal, because if the people wanted the fucking senators to die, they would have slaughtered them all. And I think that they should have, because it
Yes.
would have made the country better. And
I
I'm
don't
not
think
alt-right.
They should have.
No, I'm not alt-right. I think that the insurrection should have went to the
that
Capitol with
sounded alt-right
guns,
as fuck.
and they
You
should have
said
slaughtered
they
all of
should
them.
have.
There you go. So that's alt-right. I'm alt-right.
That is all right.
Exactly.
That is
You don't want to
alright.
get more alt-right?
Yeah, no, I am alt-right. But
You
anyways,
want to get
when it
more
comes,
alt-right?
hold on, no, when it comes to like the whole gay thing, like the real, and see, he left because I said that. But but anyways, when it comes to the whole gay marriage
You
thing,
better
I
not
think
say
the main
dumb
no,
shit about
I think
gay.
no. I think the main reason that people are mad about gay marriage is because, like what he said, they're forcing a religion to do something against their religion, inherently
Shut
against
the
their
fuck up.
religion.
No one is forcing Christianity to do anything against their religion.
Whoa,
Yes,
Let the
that's
gay
whoa,
what-
hold on, whoa.
be
You
men.
can't, hold on, come on, bro. You
Let the
can't
gay
say
folks
shut
be
the
men.
fuck up and then follow it up with a lie like that. That's, no, you can't do that, bro. What do you mean?
Wait,
I mean,
wait, what
Yeah,
was
you're
the lie?
moralizing pretty
What
hard
was
there,
Yeah.
my guy.
no,
That's a
mo-
logical
no,
fallacy.
What was the
once,
lie? What was
okay,
the lie?
I'm
What
gonna
was the
tell.
lie?
I'll tell you. Once they legalized gay marriage, bro, if a gay couple goes to a church, that church has to marry them according to federal law, and they can face punishment if they don't marry them, especially if
that.
it's against their
I'm
being
against
gay.
that.
No, and yeah,
I'm
and so
against that.
and
I'm
see,
against the church having to marry them. But
no,
like,
no, exactly, and I
there's
think
marriage
that's the issue.
licenses and shit. And my deal is that two gay dudes, they better be able to get a marriage license. Like, if they
See,
want
here's
to
the
be gay
thing.
with each
If
other,
you want, if you, the
let
only
them get
reason,
tax breaks, like all that type of
then
shit.
you've always been able to go
They
to the
don't have to
government
be
office and
married
sign
in
a piece of
fucking.
paper that says
No,
someone
they
is your
haven't.
spouse. You've
No,
always
they
been able to
haven't.
do that. Yes, you have.
No.
Well,
Yes,
yeah,
you
no.
have.
Straight cap. Straight
Well,
cap.
I think
You have
that's
not
different in
always
different
been able to
states.
do
I
that.
think it's different in different states when it comes to that.
No, yeah, it's straight cap. You have not always been able
You might have
to
been able to do that in
tell
California, but you wouldn't have been able to do
female.
that in like
I'm a
Louisiana.
Colorado man.
If you want to sign a piece of
But-
paper to get economic benefits,
Dude,
you've always been able
let
to do
two
it.
gay dudes fucking sign a piece of paper and be like, yo, we're married, whatever.
But to force a
Doesn't have to
religious
involve the church.
institution,
No. They don't have to be. It doesn't have to be involved in the church. Church doesn't have to marry them. I don't give a fuck if the Bible says it. Let them be married under the law, like so they. can
but
get
that's
tax
not
breaks
what
and
the
shit.
law is. The law is that the priests have to marry gay people.
But why is
Yeah.
that the law? Why is our law bad?
No, exactly.
Well,
No, that's the
this whole
question.
thing,
That's the
it's
question.
all
Why is that a law?
materialistic.
I mean,
It's all
that's
so
shouldn't be.
materialistic. It's like they want to have the ceremony that they think they need to do to celebrate their love. But realistically, they don't need to have a religious fucking
And it
ceremony.
really
They can
shouldn't,
go to
because I know
Applebee's and
way
drink.
too many
They can do
Christians
anything
that-
to celebrate
I know
their
way too
relationship.
many
It all
Christians
stems
that
from
just
very
that
materialistic
have ended at
goals,
least a few times.
right? It's like the only reason why they really want a religious ceremony because their parents had one and they think that's what they want because of what they've seen everyone else do in their lives. Right?
Yeah. Well, that also leads to my whole idea of the whole group chat being leftist is un-American. When it comes to the gay thing, I think the most generous of estimates of the gay community, and I mean the most generous estimates, have been somewhere along the lines of 7 to 10 million people who openly identify as gay, and that's generous. The real number is about 5 to 6 million. I'm really buffing it up a couple mil here. So even if we say it's 15 million, even if we go 5 million above the most generous estimate and say it's 15 million, you have 15 million people in a country of 326 million people pretty much dictating what everyone else has to do, and that inherently in itself is un-American, because the idea of Americanism is to be, the majority rules. It's you make the most people happy because the most people are going to vote for a certain thing, and if you allow a tiny minority to control, the narrative of what everyone else has to follow, to me that in itself is un-American.
So you don't like small groups of people controlling the narrative?
I'm alt-right. What do you think? Of course not.
Well,
I don't like the
let me-
fact that
so I'm
government, a
assuming you
tiny
don't
group
like
of people get to
CNN.
control. I hate CNN.
I'm assuming you don't like CNN, New York
Nope.
Times, CBS News, and NBC. I'm
No, I
assuming
don't.
you don't
Nope,
like
don't
them
like any of them.
because they're controlling a narrative that says white people control the country and that you need to be ostracized because of your whiteness.
No, I
You
think
don't
that's
like that the news is sharing that narrative?
No, I think that's retarded. I think that just increases the hatred for white people for
No, but do you think
unnecessarily.
the news is sharing that narrative? Do you think
course-
the news
of course they
openly
are. What do you
shares
mean?
anti-white rhetoric?
Of course they do. The anti-American rhetoric.
Okay.
If
this
you
is what I want you
celebrate
to do.
Christmas, if you
is what I want you to
celebrate
do.
being straight, if
Look
you
up
celebrate being white, you're wrong.
Look up the ethnicities or the religion of all these people who control CNN, New York Times, CBS, and NBC.
Mm-hmm.
Look at their ethnicity and their religion. All these
Okay.
people
Probably
who
white
say
liberals.
they're white, none. Well, they're all liberals, but none of them are white. They're all Jews. That's the thing. They're all Semites.
I've heard that argument before. I had a
All
buddy
the
of mine who
people-
said that.
All the people who go on the news, say they're white, and say, look at this awful white country. You need to be an abolitionist to your own race to be seen as a good white person. And look at all these white people in power. Look at all these powerful white people. They point at all these people, they're all fucking Jews.
Yeah, I've heard
All
that
of
argument
them.
before. A buddy of mine made
Every
it.
single one.
Yep. Which is so weird, and it makes me wonder why we even trying to support Israel.
Well, it's not weird. It's exactly what is expected. They've done this in every single country they've been to, and that's why they've been kicked out of every single country they've been to, up until fucking Palestine. They've been kicked out of 109 different countries for trying to control the narrative, for trying to control the banks, for trying to control the media, for spreading gay propaganda. That's the reason why Hitler came to power, because he teamed up with the Zionists, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Zionists were the Orthodox Jews. The Orthodox Jews are trying to create an ethno-state for Jews, for the Jews in Germany. And they teamed up with Hitler. They put all the Jews in work camps, and then after the Nazis lost political power, the Zionists were then able to make a Jewish ethno-state, creating the land that the Nazis took. And this Jewish ethno-state, which still exists today, is where gay marriage is still illegal. Abortion is still illegal, because you don't know if your child is going to be the next Messiah or not in the Jewish religion. They are allowed to practice their ethno-state. They're allowed to see their religion see to fruition, to better their cultural development. But at the same time, they go to white countries and tell everyone that all the quote-unquote white people that are in power are evil and need to be dismantled because of their whiteness. And that whiteness is inherently evil. They come into our countries and say, hey, you should be gay. Abortions are good. Single motherhood is good. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, to put it simply, I really think you should start not liking the Jews.
I'm all the way on the other side of the aisle. Like, trust me, but like the way you just said that I don't know why, but that struck me as like so fucking racist, bro. I'm sitting here like, damn, that sounded really racist. Oh man,
and I'm not
even
objectively wrong with that.
No, nothing. Which is why I thought it was funny that I thought that, because it's like, you know, he made a good argument. I know I've heard that before. It's not the first time I'm hearing it.
And that's the thing. It is racist. It is objectively racist. The only difference between someone like us doing it and someone like the Jews doing it is that the Jews control the narrative and we're white. If we speak out against Jews, it's dangerous. Nazi.
Yeah,
But-
I was gonna,
What's going
gonna
on?
say.
Oh, did you merge with another group?
He said he wanted to merge. I just figured whatever.
Oh,
Yeah, I just
stop
got one. I
talking
just
then.
got one joke to say. I'm sorry, but I had to say it.
Just a joke.
People told me
Aw,
I'm not-
okay.
Yeah, people say I'm Mexican, but I told them I'm American.
What?
People said I'm Mexican, but then I told them I'm American.
Wow.
It's a border joke.
No, I get
'Cause I
it.
saw
No,
you-
no, I get it. Yeah.
Okay.
So I take it
Okay.
you're definitely not a leftist talking like that.
No.
Oh man, don't even get me started about the whole border issue, bro. Oh man.
Anyways,
Yo, let me
guys,
tell y'all this. You want to hear a great? You want to hear?
I hope I brought you a little bit further over to my side.
By the way, who was the original group leader? Which one was it?
Spartan-Kid.
Horse homeboy.
Here, how about you have it? Wait, wrong guy. My bad.
I got you.
Yeah, is
You
the
said
group title the
Spartan-Kid
same or
and,
no?
Well, I gave you group leader.
Okay, is
I
the group
Spartan-Kid.
title the same or no?
No, it's just QP.
It's not
Like
anymore.
what I have.
Fuck. Now everyone who's joining doesn't understand we're here to talk politics. They're gonna be really mad when they get hit with the brick wall.
You know you should make the group title?
Yeah, but the group title name changed, bro. It was supposed to be being a liberal leftist is un-American, bro. People were supposed to know that when they joined. What happened? Oh my god.
You know
I was
what?
wanting to debate
you
people,
should-
bro. That's what I got
You
on
know
here
what you
for.
should say?
Yeah, what?
I just want to be quiet and listen.
You should say, if you support the storming of private businesses, but not the storming of a government building, then you're not fighting for the rebellion.
This guy.
What?
That's what you should say.
That makes no sense.
Nah. Look,
It makes perfect sense.
here, look, I'll tell everybody where I'm at just so,
So
the people,
this is not a quick playthrough. Okay, have a good morning,
yeah.
guys.
It's been real, bro. It's okay, bro. It's
I just
okay.
came here to say a joke, but like now I'm intrigued.
Nah, yeah, dude. I can't, like, I don't know the right cock to suck, so like it's really difficult to like become famous in any kind of politics, or if you don't know the right thing to put your lips around, you're just kind of screwed.
You have to put your lips around the Jewish cock.
You have to do something, bro. Like, it's for real, and you better like it, enjoy it, get it done, the whole nine. So,
You have to
but
put-
anyways,
you gotta be gay. So when is there gonna be a gay politician?
there already is.
There already is.
Yeah.
Oh wait, yeah, Obama.
Yeah.
No.
Hey. Nah, but look. So
That
check
is
this
the
out.
dumbest. That is
Yes,
the dumbest
yes,
line
here we
I've told
go.
you, Red.
You're allowed to talk. Say it. It's okay. Because we're not liberals. We're not going to overtalk you, scream at you, cuss at you. Speak your freedom and your peace, bro. It's America. You have freedom of speech in this lobby.
I mean, I'm not even American, but like, this is just dumb.
Then why did you join?
Out of here. He's probably fucking
I'm not going to boot him because that's the definition of liberalism, cancel culture. I can't boot him. Like, he has the freedom to leave or stay. America. Oh, you're not from America?
No.
Yeah, the only thing he knows about America is what the fucking BBC tells him.
Got you. So just out of curiosity, hold on. Just out of curiosity, are you under the age of 15 and not from America? And you joined strictly to tell me that my group title was just dumb?
Yeah.
Okay, at least you're honest. Thank you for your opinion. Have a wonderful day. Anyways, so to that whole fucking immigration thing, right? So check this. I was at work, right? There was this chick. She was a light-skinned girl, right? And we were having a conversation about illegal immigration. Now, I live in North Carolina, okay? I'm 32 years old, and I have, let's get that out of the way. Yeah, I'm 32. I play video games. I don't give a fuck. Okay, there we go. Knock that out of the way.
My dad's almost 60, and he still plays video games.
All right, there we go. So anyways, we were sitting here, we were chatting about it, and I said, and this is the thing that really bothers me about the left, I think that illegal immigration is a strictly Republican issue, right? Because all the illegal immigration is coming from Mexico, and almost every single state that borders Mexico that would be immediately affected by that illegal immigration almost always historically votes Republican, right? And all the other states that are attempting to tell the Republican states that are being affected by that are all Democrat, and they're all up north, far removed from that situation. So they don't know what it's like to be working. Yeah, except for California and maybe, I guess, Nevada would be affected and New Mexico, but, you know, for the most part, it's all the southern, you know, eastern states. So they've never really had, like, you're working and you're building a house, for example. Let's say you're a framer, you're making $20 an hour, you're building a house, and then out of nowhere, you have a group of Mexicans who roll in, and they're willing to do the same work you're doing for $9 an hour. And as an employer, it's in my best interests to pay cheaper labor. I can make more money. Why would I pay a white or a black man $20 an hour when I can pay a Mexican $9 an hour? I don't have to worry about a social security number. I don't have to worry about anything at all. And then the way that Mexicans live,
like this all stems from capitalism.
And that's the one flaw about our system. Capitalism is the best system, but it is not perfect at all. And capitalism itself is terrible.
I'm a very anti-capitalist.
Okay. Well, let me finish my argument, because this chick, bro, she this is like a checkmate move. You know what I'm saying? That moment when you just know you beat the shit out of who you're debating against. Oh my god. So I told her, I said, you know, and so she heard my argument, right? And she was all like, well, that doesn't really affect me, so it's not really my problem. And I was like, huh, okay. Interesting. So I continue to like really hammer it down, like, you know, you got a man who's working, he's got kids to feed, he's got bills to pay, you know, and once you have that illegal cheaper labor coming in, devaluing, you know, the value of the American worker, businesses are going to want to purchase the cheaper products. See, people don't realize that workers are products and businesses are the customers in the grand scheme of our economy, and most people don't even realize that. And those customers or businesses are going to purchase the cheaper labor because it makes them more money, just as you would purchase a cheaper product to save more money. It's the exact same thing. Yeah. So she did not, she hammered it down, right? And she was just like, I am not upset. Got you. Hold on. She was like, I'm not upset about things that don't bother me and don't affect me. And some Hispanic person coming across the border and taking your job doesn't affect me, right? And so, hold on. One moment.
I muted him already, so.
There we go. So anyways, I told her that. Once she said that it doesn't affect her, I said, interesting. So then I was like, okay, it's full attack mode. So I was like, okay, cool. So by your logic, the systemic racism and the brutality from the police and the plight of the black man isn't the white man's problem because it doesn't affect me.
No. Not only that,
bro,
it doesn't affect the other population of the country that isn't the 13% of the country.
Bro, you talk about a fucking mic drop. Bro, you talk about bro, she was pissed, dude. She was so mad. Bro, shut that bitch all the way down. It was beautiful. It was fucking biblical.
Guys, what do you think about the recent election?
My favorite liberal own is?
What do I think about the recent election?
Yeah. I mean,
I'll say mine quick and easy. The entire
Fraud.
thing has been pitted against Donald Trump from the moment he got into office. I was never a Trumper, but after a while, I liked his policies. I benefited from his policies monetarily, financially, and I have never seen a news media more opposed and more objectively against a president in my entire life. Every single second of every single waking day was a negative story on Trump from 90% of all media all the time.
And I will say this. No, shut up. I will say this. If you want to learn more information about this, go on timenews.com and read the article called "The Shadow Campaign," and it talks about liberal activists colluding with big tech CEOs to control the flow of the narrative to secure the election for Joe Biden.
Yep.
That means
there's no even argument about that.
With the 1% to control the flow of information for ulterior political motives.
There's no argument about that. It's obvious, dude. It's obvious. If you get on Twitter right now and post a tweet that says being gay is wrong, being straight is American, being Democratic liberal left is the simple title of our chat party, you can be banned and deplatformed. But if you get on the same platform and say being straight is wrong, being a Christian is un-American, being Republican is the definition of being un-American, you are fine. And if anything, you'll trend artificially. So that in itself, to me, is the definition of they don't want a fair discourse. They want their way. And if you're against their way, they'll silence you. Remind you of anything? I control the flow of information. You agree with what I say, or I make you disappear. Does that really? Come on, bro. Recent history
reminds me of that
reminds me of something
from the Flowbot song. I can ride my bike with no handlebars.
This guy.
Go to prison just because I don't like them. I'm not gonna do anything without permission.
There was a guy recently, maybe like a few months ago, not recently. He was called. It was called Debate Me Politics plus 18 or some shit like this, and he was called Fresh Lenin Scent, and he was saying how communism
that guy's
is great.
a joke. That guy is an actual joke.
Have you met him? And when I went on his profile, he had like Stalin, Lenin, and Marx, and Mao as like his heroes or some shit.
That's funny.
And then you know the one-child policy in China?
Yeah.
Yeah, I said to him that was evil, and he said that it was evil but necessary.
Well, actually, though, and me being on the far right, kind of, I agree with that, though. I mean, if you look at the reasoning behind it, and how many people there were in China.
30 kids.
No, really, if you look, it was the population in China was exploding so exponentially, and the amount of people they had, like, you can get to a certain point where, like, you can't sustain your population, like, with the land and the resources you have, and so, like, they had to probably just get their
China
death rate.
wanted more land?
I mean, honestly, probably, bro. Like, they have the most crowded, fucking, polluted cities in the country, bro. Like, in the world. Like, bro, China's so bad. They have technology. You should really check this out.
China's just the worst version of Japan, dude. Have you seen how clean Japan is?
No, hold on. You gotta check this out, bro. In China, you should look this up. They actually have city filters. Like, outdoor filters that are the size of
like
fucking buildings. No, yes. They are the size of buildings, bro, that are designed to filter the air inside of a city because the air quality in that city is so dreadfully bad and dangerous to breathe in. They have mega structure filters that are the size of like 8-story buildings, bro.
Fucking trees.
Yeah, no, you should really check that out, bro. Like, the fact that it's that bad. And then Joe Biden, bro, did you guys hear what Joe Biden said recently, bro? So, oh my God, bro.
He says a lot.
Bro, let me tell you what. And people talk shit about Trump. It blows my mind. So check this out.
Dude, he says so much that would like. It would get him impeached, bro. He called himself a dictator.
Black kids
Hold on, let me tell y'all this. Let me tell y'all this, because Trump is, grab her by the pussy 17 years ago. Oh, he's the devil. But this guy is talking about. Okay, so this chick, this woman, some news anchor, some reporter. Asked him a question about, the current concentration camp, thing going on with the Muslims in China, the re-education going on, and what Biden's presidency, what his standpoint was on China, pretty much re-educating these people in these concentration camps, okay? Wow. I'm going to quote the beginning of what he said. "We are different cultures, and we approach things differently, and I'm not going to speak out against China, unquote. I am not going to speak out against China.
He's
bro,
terrified.
an American president saying those fucking words. Donald Trump would have been like, they're terrible people. They're just terrible people. It's honestly a tragedy. I don't have a good Trump voice, but you get what I'm getting at. He'd have been like, we're gonna impose some sanctions. It's gonna cost them. They're gonna come to the table. He'd have said some shit like that. Is that really bad? Like,
it's not so much that Biden is a bad person, he's just a puppet. He's got dementia. Well, Kamala Harris is behind him, really. He's got no idea what he's saying. He forgets places where he's at.
Her hand's legit.
You're right. You're right.
Kamala Harris, bro, I got a theory. Eventually, Kamala Harris will be the president.
The first step to red pill.
Yeah.
Turning normies against Biden is the
black
first step.
woman president.
Yeah, because Hillary got destroyed by Trump, so they need to like force a woman in the in the office. I don't care who's the president as long as they do the job. So like,
you also sound like you're not from America. So.
Yeah, I'm not from USA, but whatever happens in the USA
so you really
affects the whole
shouldn't care
world.
about who the president is.
No, I should, because whatever happens in the USA affects the whole world.
In what way?
Because they're like one of the most vulnerable countries.
Oh, so the 11 million people that lost their jobs to the United States, that we could give more money to foreign oil infrastructures? That affects
no, right, and that's another thing too, bro. One of the things that I really hate about our country, we constantly have this idea, like anytime you want to do a good policy, right, or a good idea, there's always, well, where are we going to get that money from? And I always find that so interesting because it's like we have hundreds of billions of dollars that we can spend on the military taking care of other countries' problems abroad. We send $25 million to Pakistan for gender studies. There was a $5 million fucking thing that was sent to study some yellow fucking fish in the Gulf of Mexico. So you're telling me you've got $5 million to study a yellow fish in the Gulf of Mexico, $25 million to study gender studies in Pakistan, and they sent $2 billion to Egypt. It was literally hundreds of billions of dollars to multiple countries. And it's like, here's my thing really. If you have a country, right? View it as an
that's
RPG.
What they're trying to find with the money. They already spent it all.
Yeah, there you go. But no, seriously, view a country as you would an RPG, right? It's a character. You got statistics, you got stats. You want to make sure your character's the best it is in the game, right? Is it not in your country's best interests to have educated, healthy citizens? An educated, healthy citizen usually, statistically, commits less crime and is a better citizen overall who's going to be more productive in your country, which is less of a tax on your system. Like, so it's
that
like...
That makes sense if unless you take into account the government kind of gets they economically benefit from you committing crime.
And see, it's the whole idea of how the country works, because that is correct. They do benefit from making crime.
You break more things, you have to buy more things. Yeah. Stupid, unhealthy people who commit more crimes are better for the economy.
You said, however, those stupid people. Okay, so if we look at the demographic of the people who actually commit crime, right, and their wages in America, what they make statistically speaking, most people who commit crime in the United States make less than $25,000 a year. That's just what it is. Now, if you make less than $25,000 a year, do you know what you do qualify for? Every single governmental aid program in existence. Every single one of them. So you get free food, free housing, free education, free health care, but that's not free. It comes from somewhere, so it costs money. So my whole point is, at the end of the day, you just break even. The crime system may make you money, but with all the extra free stuff that those people who would be making those crimes and committing those crimes, all the other benefits they get, if anything, you just break even there. Which is why I'm such an advocate for free education and free healthcare, because I don't think that there's any negative that can come from having more educated, healthy citizens.
What state you guys from?
I live in North Carolina.
Well, see, here's the thing about free healthcare, right? It's like, it's not like everyone gets sick as once. Why can't the insurance that people are paying for that they're not using, why can't that just subsidize other people's healthcare?
Bro, absolutely, bro. Car insurance does the same. That was one of my things if I were to ever be able to be elected into office. I know it's not going to happen, like I said, because I don't have someone's nutsack sitting on my chin. But if I could ever have that happen and caress some balls and get that done, bro, one of my favorite things that I would like to do is a medical care system where, like, most people aren't sick. I think it's like 15% of the entire population is sick at any one given time. which leaves 85% of the populace healthy. And what my argument and my plan for healthcare, bro, make it simple, make it cheap, simple, accessible. $100 a month, $200 a month, or $300 a month. $100 for basic ER shit. You need to go to the emergency room, $100 a month. Do you need to get checked for, strep throat? You need to, you got a cold, you got a fever. You know what I'm saying? You get a minor cut, you get a burn, $100 a month. You want to get stepped up? Okay, $200 a month. Now you break a bone, you've got a serious cut, you need some stitches. You know what I'm saying? You need some really, you need some minor surgeries. $200 a month, and you can change it at any time on the fucking fly. Why have paperwork and hoops? Okay, I broke my bone. I've been paying $100. It doesn't cover it. Okay, I'll bump my coverage to $200 now, and $300 for the maximum. If you need heart surgeries or cancer treatments or extra shit, big boy shit, $300 a month. And it's like, why not? What for? You'd have so many more people paying into that system because it is so substantially more affordable. You would have literally millions and millions and millions of people paying into that system year-round. And on top of that, because 85% of the country is healthy at any given point, you would always have enough money to subsidize those who are sick. And even then, you could take some money from the military system to help maybe pay some salaries, pay some wages, or fund some hospitals and get equipment paid for to even offset those costs even further if necessary.
I ain't like the American military the most. Like America spends more on this military than any other country in the world.
Bro, we spend way too much on our... we have way too much, bro. And it kills me. Yeah. Because I was in the military for 6 years. I've been overseas twice. And I'm telling you right now, bro, the shit that I've seen, bro. Like, I'm not saying I'm not gonna sit here in front like I was some fucking, special forces kicking in doors in Baghdad. But like, bro, the shit I've seen, the amount of waste, and how much money the military pays like like civilian subcontractors who go overseas to do the same job that a military person could do for free, essentially. Like, there's so many wastes, dude. Oh my god. You ought to see the amount of rounds we send down range just practicing. Don't get me wrong, that's necessary, but Jesus Christ.
Alright, you have 300 rounds just to practice shooting this apple?
No, I mean, no, about, actually. When we go to the range, bro, like, on everything, like, you would have, like, 200 rounds per soldier, almost on average. And then your platoon would probably go there. You got 30 people, 100, 200 rounds apiece. I mean, you got multiple companies and I don't know, dude. Multiple.
Well, there's a war right there.
Some kind of mineral deposit in the next like millions of years. Like when fucking humans in millions of years dig up like ancient remnants from the American military, like go up on an American military shooting range and just see a massive pit of just like compressed copper.
And they're like, what the hell is this?
Like, why is there all this fucking brass in the ground?
They'd be thinking like this certain tribe of humankind were worshipping a giant.
They just they try to bury in the ground to make more.
To keep it safe.
Here we have a bronze seed from the
I'm being dead serious.
2018 CE era.
Like, I'm being dead serious. Like, I wonder what would be like if you do like go forward a million years and be like, wow, these people were stupid. No wonder they died off.
Yeah.
Do you think that they're gonna think that like
they see
Japanese
McDonald's
people
in
worshipped
her
Mario, American people worshipped Mickey Mouse?
Wow.
No.
Wow.
It's like Mickey Mouse, the great god of the American people.
I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I don't think
Ronald McDonald, dude.
if the shit keeps going the way that it's going, bro.
We uncovered the American Holy Land in Hollywood, California, Disneyland.
No, dude. What if they like dig up McDonald's and Burger Kings and Wendy's? They see the Japanese version of McDonald's and the American version. They're like, well, there's certainly one difference. One looks like it's from today, and the other one looks like it's just been built in a shack.
What do you think, Spartan? What do you think some aliens are gonna come across the next million years and think some weird shit about humans?
Okay, all jokes aside, too.
Like, I mean,
No, all jokes aside, no bullshit intended. They're going to look at this planet. If real aliens actually ever come here, like, they're going to look at how much we've wasted and squandered every opportunity that we've had, and they're probably going to pity our pathetic race and wonder how we shitted on such a great opportunity of an inhabitable world and destroyed it because we were fighting amongst ourselves over pointless nonsense. That's probably what they're really going to be thinking. Because we won't be here in a million years. This planet, bro. I'm telling. I personally think that even America. I think we're close to the maybe the next civil war. Like, we're close to something seriously big popping off. Especially if the left continues to push as hard as they push,
I
bro.
used to think there's gonna be a civil war, but nowadays I think the people on the right are just so fucking like demoralized.
Well, no. See, the people on the right, they're not demoralized. They're always on this high horse bullshit. And they need to get off it. Like, the left has been playing with the gloves off for years, and the right is always like, well, look at us, we don't do that. Like, you know, like for example, when Rush Limbaugh died recently, the left is celebrating. Oh, thank God that he's dead. Yeah, fuck him. The rest in peace. You fucking yeah. And it's like, but when what was that guy? He was in the Obama administration, older white politician. He died. What was his name?
I don't know a good goddamn about the Obama administration.
John McCain. John McCain was a Democrat. When he died, bro, the right's not celebrating his death. You know what I'm? They're paying respects and even saying that.
I remember when they celebrated John McCain dying.
Bro, nowhere, bro, no. Where are you looking at? I didn't hear anything about that, and I was paying far attention on the right all the time.
I just remember hearing people fucking being happy about it. Also, when George Bush Sr. died.
I don't recall that at all, actually. I recall many people like paying respects and tributing to him. Anyways.
Go ahead.
That threw me way off, dude, because I'm sitting here trying to recall, and I don't remember anyone, like, I mean, maybe some nonsense little fuckboy, but like, you know, like Fox News or like some big, like, the Daily Wire or some shit. Nobody was like celebrating that he died. Like,
that sucks. Some politician died on your birthday. You don't know to celebrate or be sad.
Wow. Dude, that derailed me so hard, I don't even know where I was going. Holy shit.
Well, this is what I try to say to people on the right, because like I do think there kind of is like a pacification that's going on the right, because the left narrative has seeded itself into academia, it's seeded itself into public opinion, it's seeded itself into
every aspect of daily life, really.
To the point where if you don't abide to the social justice cult or this way of thinking, then you are seen as less of a human being and you're seen as invalid. You have the right to people feel like you need to have your job taken away and you need to have your rights taken away.
I remember now.
And
okay.
The reason why people on the right are so fucking scared is because of all that. And the reason why we're not speaking up against the social justice cult is because of how fucking big it's gotten. Because we're not as loud as them, and we're scared when they tell us we're bad for having certain ideas. We need to stop being scared of that.
And listen, and that's I remember what my point was. My point was that the right has been taking the high ground for so long that they've allowed the left to take the power that they currently have, right? Yeah. And they've really been on that, like I said, that high horse. We're a better person than you, because, you know, look at what we're doing compared to you. But at the end of the day, you know, virtue signaling and acting like you're a high and mighty human because you're being better than the other person.
It's like the whole mentality that people on the right tend to have. It's like, oh, well, I'm just gonna stay at my house and wait here, and if someone comes knocking down my door to take my guns, I'm going out guns blazing. You know, that's like the.
Well, actually, no, I'm definitely that way. Actually, if they come to my house to take mine, I'll be dying.
That's a very stagnant way of thinking. I think we need to be more proactive. We can't be so like.
No, I couldn't agree more. I think that a giant militia needs to go to the station and take it over.
One of the morals of being a Republican is thinking you only really need to protect what you have, but at the same time, like, we need to start worrying about a bigger picture. We need to stop being so self-preserving. We need to be willing to put our neck on the fucking line for the narrative or for the greater good, for the next generation. We need to stop being so fucking stagnant. That's what I try to tell every single Republican I come across. Especially the ones that are like, oh, well, if they try to do this or if they try to force this on me, then I'm just gonna fucking use my freedom and go out freedom blazing. you know.
I love the way you put that.
Yeah, but it's like I
Oh
don't
man, that's
blame them for
great.
thinking that
Spread
way
my eagle
because
wings and fly, right?
yeah, exactly. But we need to be more politically activated. We need to be thinking more about the cause. We need to be thinking every single day, what are we doing to get people to red pill people essentially. Like that's what we need to be doing. We need to be red pilling people every single day, at every single chance we get. We need to let our
What the
politics
hell's it
permeate
called?
every
All I
single
know is
aspect of our
freedom.
lives.
Yeah.
Because that's what they've done. All this SJW cult, they've taught the youth and our kids and our women that they need to enforce their politics every place they see it. If they see two white people together, then call them racist because they don't have black friends. If you see someone who is practicing whiteness, you need to tell them that whiteness is bad. If you see someone that is, you know what I'm trying to say. I don't need
No,
to
I
give
know
you
what
any
you're trying
more.
to say. And see, and one of the main
We need
things
to do
though
the same
against
thing.
that,
We need to
listen.
be just as politically activated.
Well, and here's something else too that I've noticed, bro. And this is something else that I've noticed. When it comes to that too, a lot of people aren't going to do anything unless it affects them, like personally, on a day-to-day life, right? And it's more deeper than that. So just let me explain here. Most of your democratic, like where people are like majorly democratic, they kind of group together, right? So they're usually in the upper northeastern side of the
tribal.
country. Yeah, they're very tribal. You know, they really are only in major cities. Like that's really it. And election maps show this often. You know, you'll have an entire state be red, and then you'll have a small little cluster of blue counties, and that's just countrywide. And so most places you don't even see liberalism at all. Like I'm in North Carolina.
I'm surprised it's so close then. Like,
Yeah, listen, and that's me. So listen. I live in North Carolina, right? And most of the places that I ever live are in the country. But even when I go to the city, bro, where I'm from, bro, I can walk around with a Trump hat on and a pistol on my side, and bro, with a liberalism, find a cure Mark Dice shirt on. Nobody says shit. Ever. Like, if anything, I get compliments on the damn thing. And I have people tell me they're glad that I have my gun because it makes them feel safer that I'm there with them. Like, and so, like, in a day-to-day life thing, like, a lot of people I don't think experience, like, the cancer that is liberalism unless they live in, like,
right. A lot of
Oregon or
don't.
Washington or California or New York. You know what I'm saying? So, like, some guy in
They're really
Arkansas
not
or Mississippi, they're not going to feel it at all.
Yeah, it's kind of an interesting way to look at it because
Dude,
they really aren't affected by liberalism because of where they live.
Yeah,
so
and by the way, the
they
only
don't
reason
need
I'm
to be
saying that
as
is because people have to feel something to react. You get what I'm saying? So if they don't feel it, then it'll probably stop them from reacting. Is what I was really getting at.
I actually live in one of the most Republican states you can think of. I live in the
Texas?
Alabama.
Oh, okay.
Alabama.
Hey, another good one.
Yeah. I'm just not the hillbillies down in the forest.
Yeah, dude, living in Alabama, like, does what I say, stand true for your state as well? Is liberalism something that you see rampant in the streets, or is it like what I said?
It's actually reverse. It's more like Republican. Me and my mother, we were driving down the road once, and this guy's a fucking genius. He was obviously pro-Trump or something, but it was before Biden was getting close and stuff. There was a tree limb hanging over the road, and you know who Rambo is?
Yeah.
All right, now imagine Rambo with a bunch of guns on him, but with Trump's face. And it's
great.
a Trump 2021.
That's fucking beautiful.
You go down, you start seeing signs of Trump, and then you go that one little spot.
Bro, that's the same in North Carolina, bro. Like, you'll see, yeah, because for my business, I have to, like, travel a lot all over the place, all the different cities and stuff. And, bro, it was Trump signs everywhere. And you would literally have to, like, search for a Hunter Biden sign. I didn't even see a Hunter Biden sign for forever, bro. And it was nowhere near like Hillary Clinton. Like, when the 2016 election, I saw Hillary shit everywhere. Signs everywhere, bumper stickers everywhere.
You can almost smell it where it was.
Naperville, California, during the Black Lives Matter riots.
I'm sorry, I didn't
every time I walked into a store, and like this is when kind of like it was first popping off at the beginning of 2020, and everyone was just putting up their boarded windows and shit. They would put up boarded windows. They would spray paint it Black Lives Matter. And I would go inside, and they would be talking amongst themselves. You know what they called it? They called it riot insurance. That's literally what they called it. They called it riot insurance. Like, all you have to do is put a fucking wooden board in front of your window that says Black Lives Matter. So yeah, don't get fucking.
I mean, like, I agree. I mean, Black lives do matter, but like, you don't have to overboard it.
Yeah, bro. Like the whole political nonsense about the whole insurrection at the Capitol, and then people like acting like what Black Lives Matter did to that city where they burned down like I don't know how many businesses, bro. Like I think they caused like $2 billion worth of damage. It was the most expensive rioting in the history of the country. And you're gonna say that since a couple of people broke into the White House, and people were like, people took that insurrection so seriously because like, oh, the senators were in danger. Okay, can we get something out of the way? Can we get something straight and out of the way? If those people wanted those people dead, they would have died that day. Let's knock that shit right out the water. If all those people who broke into the White House, all of them were armed with pistols, anyone in that place would have died that day. Let's get that out of the fucking way. Like, so death was not the intent, or else they would have killed people.
Why is it that all the people who say they're fighting against some evil system, why is it that they're hating on people who fucking actually raided a fucking government building, but they're supporting people who fucking raid private businesses?
Bro, I am on board with you so hard.
Why is complete fucking, like, fucking, what do you call it? When you just, like, abide to something. They follow the fucking left. Biased. They follow this fucking government. It's like,
alright, toe the line.
They support the government. They support the big people in power that have more money than them. They support big tech CEOs and 1% at the same time they're saying they're fighting.
Big Brother has more money. Let's follow Big Brother, shall we?
Yeah.
It's like it's a trend to abide by the government now. Have you noticed that? It's a trend. It's a trend to wear your fucking mask even when you don't fucking need to.
Yeah, bro.
It's also a trend to be gay. That's what I learned. Yeah, bro. If you go back 20 years, there wasn't that many gay people around, but nowadays you can look to the left and you see LGBT.
Well, that's because
I don't mind it really. I just think there's a lot more gay people than you really do.
White people are incentivized to be gay because white people aren't taken seriously in public opinion unless they have a victim card, which they gain by calling themselves gay.
Yeah. But
that white people are literally incentivized to turn gay.
Yeah. But on the other topic, real quick before I forget it, fellas.
I know a guy that's black and he's also gay and he's like one of my best friends. So.
Hey, listen, on the topic before we get into that gay thing, bro, back to the insurrection. Bro, I really have to say this. Like, one of the things that kills me, because a lot of the people on the right are calling it evil and saying that they just don't understand how it could happen. And it's like, bro, like, and if this makes, and I think this is what makes me far right, but really, bro, it's not, because it's what the forefathers wanted, bro. Bro, the people are the check to the government. If people are raiding the fucking Capitol,
was it Andrew Jackson that said it was a people's duty to revolt?
It is. It is the people's duty to do that, and which is why I wasn't even mad. I'm gonna be honest. I disagree with how they did it, but I understood why Black Lives Matter was doing that burn into the cities, because you got to think about it. In their culture and in the way they live their life and how it all goes down, they view white cops as racist because they see tons of evidence of cops killing black people, as do I, and I'm Republican, and I hate Black Lives Matter, but I'll be damned if I haven't seen some videos where it's like, well, all right, now that's a little far. That's a little far. And like, I don't like that shit. So and when you have a government who doesn't seem to truly fix the issue, the only thing that they think in their head, well, if no one's going to listen to me, if Black Lives Matter, a movement that I created to make it so that people are going to listen to me, doesn't work, well, then violence is the only thing I have left. So I understood why they were doing it. I didn't agree with it, but I understood, and they have a right to do that. Well, they do, and with the country,
really just kind of a Trojan horse.
And with the country, with the people raiding the Capitol building, bro. Let me tell you what, that is literally what the forefathers say. It's literally what they say, bro. It is our duty to check the government. We are the check and balance for the government. That's why we have guns. That's the whole purpose of not taking our firearms. That the right to our guns shall not be infringed, because just in case one day the government tries to do some fuck shit, we're there to stop them. Because the power is always supposed to be in the hands of the people. One of my favorite forefathers had a saying, and he said, when the government fears its people, there's freedom. When the people fear its government, there's tyranny. And that's what we're getting to. We're getting to a point where people no longer trust and fear the government. And it should be the other way around. The government should have to tiptoe around its citizens, because at any given moment, those citizens could say, well, fuck this shit. We'll show you what's up. You see what I'm saying? And that's the problem. The government no
And
longer fears the people.
People say nowadays, since because of technology and everything, people say that the First or the Second Amendment, it doesn't apply because technology is
They're
so far
retarded.
and people don't use muskets anymore.
Yeah, they're retarded.
Well, I'll let you know this. I'll let you know this. They sent the military to the Capitol after the Capitol riot. They were scared of that. If those people were armed, they could have done something.
Yeah.
Regardless of the government having nukes or having better guns, if enough people get together, it takes less than 1% of the population to overthrow the government.
Of course, and that's the point. That's the whole point. And that's the whole point, I believe, of the forefathers saying, when the people have the power to check and balance the government, the people should be well equipped enough to band together and successfully overthrow their government.
I think that's why everyone hates on the South so much, because we're the ones with all the guns.
No, yeah, and we're the ones who, and that's why, and look, that's why I don't agree with slavery, okay, and I'm glad it was abolished, okay, but at the same time, I completely agree with what the South did, because at the end of the day, if you look at it objectively and logically, not emotionally, you had a southern part of the country who believed that their human rights were being infringed upon. They believed that an overreaching government was trying to tell them how to live their lives. So they were willing to say fuck that shit and stand up for what they believed in and fight and die for what they believe in. Now, regardless of whether or not what they believed in was right or wrong, and we know the answer to that, that's not the point. You know what I'm saying? You had people who were willing to stand up against an overreaching government, and it's a hell of a lot more than what people nowadays can say.
So you're saying the hillbillies are the smart ones here, right?
Bro, we are, bro. We are the smart ones. I'm telling you, bro. Like, bro, every man right now should be purchasing ammunition and survival supplies. I got a kit. I got a book bag packed. I got first aid kit in there. I've got a couple life straws. It's like the water filtration devices. I got an AM/FM radio, some batteries, flashlight, rope, a couple knives.
Precious metals.
I got some MREs ready. Shit.
Precious metals?
How much gold have you bought?
I don't buy gold.
Or silver.
I don't buy gold.
Why not?
Because it's expensive as fuck, and I can spend my money on other things. Because if I believe I believe if the entire system falls to a point like that, no matter how much gold you may or may not have, the ability to feed yourself and protect yourself will be far more important than the ability to have money to purchase things in a system that's collapsed.
Well, here's the thing, though.
Because I can grow crops, hunt deer, catch fish, defend my family, all that shit.
Well,
okay, I want to live with you now because I've never hunted in my life before.
What? Really?
No.
Bro,
my family's not like that.
You really should learn.
You know, I live in Southern California, right? I'm not even allowed to own a firearm. All you need to do to hunt, right? Fucking at least small game hunt, bro. All you need to do is buy
we had that at our school.
Break barrel. All you need to do is buy like a 22 caliber break barrel. You can go like jackrabbit hunting.
Wow, dude.
You don't even need a gun.
When I was at my school, we were talking about something like this. Well, not politics, because the school's like, no, we ain't having that. But it was like a debate thingy, and I raised my hand and I was like, look, a certain someone wants to take away our guns. Why not just pistols? Because those are easy to hide. Like, I mean, it's gonna be quite obvious if you're running down New York with a rifle down your back. Like trotting along.
I mean, that's for hunting. I would so much rather people have ARs than fucking pistols. ARs that are bigger. You obviously know when someone's holding an AR.
Yeah. Well, bro, that's the right's argument against the liberals.
They're more accurate. You're less likely to fucking misfire and shoot whoever's behind the person you're trying to shoot.
No,
it's
bro,
like,
I'm
gonna shoot you, but wait
that's the
5
argument.
minutes.
Listen, that's the argument that the right has against the left, right? Because if the left, logically, you have to think logically, not emotionally, and that's the left's problem. They think with their hearts more than their fucking minds. If you think logically and you think that the Democrats are honestly wanting to get, more gun control and ban guns because they want to save lives, well, then the logical thing to do would be, okay, well, what gun causes the most death? And it's by far pistols. By far. They're used primarily in homicides, and they're easily concealable, and it's the weapon of choice by almost all criminals. Now, if you look at rifles, bro, there's a fun statistic a lot of people don't even quote. Did you know that the deaths caused by AR-15s specifically, more of those deaths are actually home defenders killing intruders than there are people using AR-15s to go out and murder. More people are killed with AR-15s in a home defense against the intruder situation than a criminal killing a bystander with that rifle. And then overall, those deaths, AR-15 deaths, only, oh, not AR-15, rifles in general, only attribute to 3% of all murders in the country. Your chances, check this out, it's blew my mind, I found this out yesterday. Your chances of being involved in a mass shooting, okay, just being involved in one, are 0.001 in 100,000 citizens.
Oh.
That's your chances. Do you know your chances of being struck by lightning?
Bored, see? No, I'm good.
Check this out. Your chances of being struck by lightning are 0.035. You have a 3.5 times more chance of being struck by lightning than you do of being involved in a mass shooting. And they use those as ways to pass more gun control. And that's the thing that really bothers me, fellas, because check this. Like I said, I'm former military, okay? I've never committed a crime in my life, all right? I have no felonies. I served 6 years in the military. Do you know how long it took me to get a fucking pistol? I had to go to the police station. I had to get fingerprinted. I had to do a background check on the spot at the police station and to pay for all that, okay? Once that happened, it had to get shipped off to the federal database where they did another background check, okay? It took them 3.5 weeks to send that information to the database, have them do another background check on me, and then it had to get sent back to my local sheriff's office. Then I had to go up to my local sheriff's office, show them my social security card, my identification, and then pay for a permission slip that I then had to take to a gun shop that ran another background check on me in order for me to purchase a $700 pistol. So it's like, bro, that took like a month and some change for me, a former military vet with no criminal record whatsoever. And you think we need more gun control? What? And I'm in a state where open carries, I'm in a lax state where like gun laws are very relaxed. You know what? I'm not even in a hard state to get a gun. North Carolina is very gun friendly, where I can walk in any fucking restaurant, any building, so long as it's not a government building like a bank or a school or a hospital. I can walk into any store with my gun displayed openly on my hip.
I mean, we all know why schools and hospitals don't allow guns. Children. Mommy, what's that? It's a 9mm.
Yeah, well, my kids are going to be trained on that. I teach my kids early because I believe that the key to preventing anything is making sure that people are educated. My kid knows the business end of a gun. He knows how to hold a gun properly, make sure, know how to load a gun properly, check to see if a gun's loaded. Like, no, you always have to do that, bro.
Never shot a gun in my life. The only gun I shot was a .22 rifle.
Bro, you live in Alabama.
You said you shot a .22 rifle?
I mean, yeah, but I had like no kick. It's like you can probably breathe further.
Yeah, bro, how old are you, dude?
I am 15.
Oh no, okay, thank God. Bro, you sound older. So like, I was like, dude, you're a grown ass man in Alabama, and you ain't shot a gun like that. What? Oh man.
My mother's real iffy about guns.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, I mean, her uncle,
I still live with my parents, and my mom is like, I'm legally old enough to get a gun if I wanted to, and I can, but if I did and brought it home, my mom would fucking evict me.
Same. I think my mom would do
literally all I compromised. I got a fucking pellet gun, air-powered pellet gun that looks enough like a real gun that if some criminal saw it, pointed at him, he'd probably think twice. But like realistically, it doesn't really
has the orange tip on it. Then you're real screwed.
No, it doesn't have an orange tip on it. It doesn't. And actually, it's only like 200 FPS slower than an actual .22 long rifle. It's only slightly less powerful than an actual .22, it's actually kind of funny. You know what? The other thing, it's more expensive to shoot than a .22 long rifle. These fucking .22 pellets costs more than a .22 long rifle fucking round.
Or 22 bullets.
That's
22 bullets in my state are cheap as fuck.
If you say like you shot a .22 rifle at school, that's when they're gonna laugh at you because you can certainly still kill someone, but it's gonna take a few shots.
What do you even do? Kill some squirrels, bro?
I mean, you could actually really, you can kill somebody with a 22. I mean, you just need to hit them like 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, realistically, you could kill someone.
No,
with a
I mean, bro, like 22
22
bullets are a lot more powerful than people think. The only problem, okay, they're really powerful. They just don't cause a massive amount of damage because they are really tiny round. I had this. I seen this one YouTube. Yeah, no, they have no stop. They have no stopping power, but they can definitely kill you. I seen this one guy. He was testing the power of your average 22 long range rifle, and he set up a big piece of plywood. Okay, it's a 1/4 inch thick plywood, and he went out at 450 yards and shot it with a 22 rifle. At 450 yards, that 22 round still went straight through a 1/4 inch of plywood at 450 rounds. I mean 450 yards. So it's gonna go straight through you.
450 rounds. I was like, oh,
no. 450 yards. A single 22 round was able to.
They're not gonna die.
No, they're not. That's the. I mean, you're not gonna die, but you. I mean, you like I said, you have to get hit with a couple of rounds. But at the end of the day, it's really easy to send a lot of rounds because see, a lot of people don't understand like the whole thing about a 22. Like I've got one of these rifles.
I'd rather have a 22 than a knife to defend myself.
You can have, bro. They make drum clips because 22 rounds are so fucking small, bro. You can get one of these like, bro. You can get dude, in North Carolina, oh my god.
Dude,
look, you can get an AR platform. Listen, you can get an AR platform that's like an ARX 160, for example, with like a 200 round drum, and it has no recoil, and you can just
That's a laser.
Like
that's a
no,
laser.
it recoils 0, bro. Bro, I don't care who the fuck you are. You get hit, you're
just
gonna
like
die.
Dude, you're just like in a video game, no recoil whatsoever.
No, and there isn't, and up to 100 yards, bro. Like I mean. Like I said, it's not much stopping power, but bro, if you get hit with 14 rounds, I don't give a fuck what kind of stopping power it may or may not have. You got 14 holes in you. You're gonna die. Like you might not die right then, but you're going to die. Like you're done.
I think a 22 hollow point would do the trick. Did they even make 22 hollow points?
I've never seen them. I doubt it.
You know what I have seen? I've seen a 22 long rifle, like a birdshot slug.
Yeah, well, they make 22. We got 22 mag rounds here, which they're the same size, but they're like shoot a hell of a lot harder and a hell of a lot faster.
Yeah, guys, I exactly know what you're talking about. Like, huh? I heard a bird slug, and I'm like, wait, what?
It's kind of shotgun rounds that has a
hollow point, and I was like, what is this, football? Are we calling out plays?
A birdshot is like tiny little BBs, okay, and they're meant to take out small targets like birds or turkeys or stuff like that, rabbits,
like
whatever.
Tiny
little balls. Yep. Then you've got buckshot, okay, and what you'll have is usually about 8 to 10 like heavy little BBs in there, but they're way heavier than what you think, and it kicks a hell of a lot harder. Like it kicks a hell of a lot harder than birdshot. And then you have a slug round, which is usually like an 1 ounce steel ball, like something a musket would shoot, and that bitch is traveling at like 2,800 feet per second in a 1 ounce steel ball, and it kicks so hard if you're not ready, it'll fuck your shoulder up, and like that'll go right fucking through you. I don't care what kind of armor you got on it, shattering it like.
Says, dude, I have gold armor on. Yeah, that's soft metal, bud.
What?
Like, this is a stupid question, but would you think like gold can stop a bullet?
No,
gold is the softest metal like there is. Gold wouldn't stop someone bending it.
Like, will it just flex though? Like, can I catch it?
Let me tell you what would happen if you shot like a gold chest plate that was a 1/4 inch thick, right? If the bullet didn't go through the gold and then release gold and metal shrapnels into your chest, it would dent the gold plate so bad it would be bent into your fucking sternum or your ribs, and you wouldn't be able to fucking breathe because it's like compressing your chest.
Yeah, bro. And best case scenario, let's say that doesn't even happen.
Gold is useless.
Yo, let's say that doesn't even happen, and you get hit with that slug, and your body would then, because if the metal doesn't break, your whole body is going to absorb every bit of that energy, and you're going to fly backwards, and you're going to be fucked up anyways. You'll have some internal bleeding, but a slug round will fuck you the hell up, dude.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it doesn't matter if you're wearing the heaviest armor possible. You'd break ribs.
Yeah,
you'd
have internal bleeding. Even if it stopped it, you're going to the hospital. You need surgery. You're fucked up, like for sure.
Yeah, that makes no sense though. Gold's the softest metal. Yeah, it's so dense. It's one of the heaviest metals.
Well, it is the heaviest metals, but it's also the softest.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
Kind of weird. You're right. It doesn't make sense. It's very It's a very unique property specific to gold.
I know. Yeah, it's like so. You're
Another
saying
thing
it's
interesting about gold
softest
is gold is the least reactive metal. So like, meaning gold, it doesn't rust. It doesn't like you can put it in a lot of situations and it won't degrade. Like,
I don't
a lot
think
of
it's
people,
magnetic at all either, right?
it's not magnetic either. Like you can put gold in your mouth that's implant grade safe.
Yeah.
Like you can make gold implants and your body won't reject
You know what's
it.
wild about gold, fellas? I learned this about 2 months ago. So you know how diamonds are just worth way more than anything else, right?
Oh yeah.
Well,
It's also
diamonds
one
are
of the
created.
hardest
Well, I'm
metals.
talking about precious metals. And yes, they're worth way more than gold. So check this out. You know, diamonds, they're created by the pressure in the earth. You know, all this extra shit, pressure. And I don't want to get into how it's made. I don't really know too much. Something about pressure in the earth makes diamonds. Okay, it's a process.
Yeah.
There's plenty of it. Is what it is. Do you know how gold is created? Holy fuck!
You're
I found this
cutting a
out.
lot.
Oh,
Is it
really?
cutting out for you too, other guy, or is that just me?
No, it's just me. Oh, by the way, just call me Hudson, dude. It's my real name.
It's just
Okay, so gold, bro, is like created in the most craziest of ways, dude. And so I looked this up. Gold isn't created on Earth. Okay, no process on Earth can create gold at all, bro. And what I looked up, bro, gold is only created when 2 neutron stars, so 2 stars that have died, collide in space. They collide in space, and the pressure and the heat from them colliding in space is what makes gold and platinum. And that's the
So
only way that gold and platinum is created. Then those pieces of rock eventually fell down and hit Earth or hit, you know, from meteors and comets and shit. That is the only way that gold and platinum are created.
So why is that not like the most expensive thing?
Exactly. Bro, when I heard that, I was just like, yo, what? Bro,
Diamonds
you know
not even made with anything besides like jewelry. I cannot
No.
pronounce shit.
Yeah. Bro, this
Hey, that's
group
why
has
you
got to
see
be
rappers
broken.
with golden chains and not diamond chains, right?
Yeah.
Plus, it looks cooler. I mean, come on. I think gold kind of looks kind of cool.
Bro, this group has got to be broken, bro. Nobody's joined this in a minute.
You didn't. You're not searching.
Oh, no shit. Wow. I'm a fucking failure, dude. Oh my
don't
god,
worry, man.
really? Whatever. Wow. Wow. I was wondering, bro.
I just now noticed that too. Usually when I hear someone, man, no one's joining, my first instinct's to look up because I've been playing this game for a while and I was like, yeah, it's one of these. Dang. Lucky lemons.
Hello.
Hey man, how's your day going?
That's alright. I woke up, practice for like fucking 8 hours, and I'm here.
Do you believe in capitalism?
Here.
Or,
Oh yeah, yeah. Capitalism's fine.
I screwed up. I meant to say communism, but I came out with capitalism. I'm sorry.
This guy.
Capitalism's fine, yeah.
And my school does not give a crap about politics, dude. Like, we'll make fun of it. We'll make fun of Republicans and Democrats just the same.
I like politics, but I don't like the whole like. I don't care for
People
the
and politics.
yeah that, and I don't care for like the whole like BLM movement. This and that though.
See, it's not politics itself that I don't like. It's just the people inside of it that pisses me off.
Like the BLM movement, people are just a bunch of like awful people. Sometimes, like they say things like "disband the police." But, like, who's gonna call when someone mugs you?
Bro,
Someone
Tom
mugs you?
McDonald made a great fucking rap when he said that shit in a bar. He was like, defund the police. Those people are genius for sure. They're already overworked anyways, pretty much. And he was like, order food, then call the cops and see what reaches you first. Bro, in a lot of places, the Uber's getting there before, like, Uber Eats is there before the cops, bro. On everything.
What if it's even emergency, though?
No, that's what I'm saying,
One time
bro.
I was like, I had a skateboard accident and broke my knees, and they called the ambulance. The ambulance showed up first before the cops did.
Yeah. Well, see, and the thing that kills me, fellas, it just all depends. Like, people love to like hate the police, and don't get me wrong, I hate the police, and I don't even commit crimes, bro, ever. Okay, but I still fucking hate the cops because here's the thing: cops don't get punished properly. Whenever there's an investigation, you got the home team investigating. The home team investigates the police officers, so it's in their best interests to not look bad, right? If my officer in my precinct is being investigated and his daughter plays with my daughter, my kid goes on the same football team. We got a barbecue next week. Been on the same force for 17 years together. I mean, hello, conflict of interest. I mean, for real.
Come on, man, hook a brother out. I might have shut a few people, but hey, let's just say it's self-defense.
Well, my thing is this. With great power comes great responsibility. It's one of the oldest and truest sayings in the history of the world.
Yo,
okay?
Spider-Man.
Yo.
Dude, I saw like one meme where it was like...
Everyone stop. Who the fuck's going, yeah. Do me a favor and shut the fuck up, please, and listen.
This guy. All right, so cool.
I
so,
love
like,
the
one of
Ben
my,
Shapiro, dude.
listen, no, here's one of my favorite things. Like, if you're a cop, bro, like, the punishment for obvious murder should be, like, fucking exponential. I'm talking Wild Wild West shit, bro. Like, I've seen this one video, and it's one of my favorite examples to use, right? There was this black guy. He was standing in front of a white officer. He was about 6 or 7 feet away from the officer, right? So, and he had no weapons in his hand, okay? So, no threat to this officer whatsoever, okay? Any, rational person can see that there's no immediate threat to this officer. The black man then turns around, turns around and starts sprinting away from the cop, right? The cop shoots this man 7 times in the back. Cop shoots this guy. Cop shoots this guy 7. Well, no, no. Okay, no, seriously. Well, I'll meet you there. Hold on, I'll meet you there. Why would he sprint away? Okay. Maybe he did something wrong. Okay, maybe he's got something fucked up. Whatever the case is, did he present an immediate threat to that officer's life to justify being shot 7 times in the back?
Yes.
So you think the act of simply turning around and running away justifies a police officer to kill you?
I don't know what could have happened. He could have grabbed his homies and they would shut him up.
Oh, no, but he didn't though, because you can't.
In the law
in America, it's not innocent until proven guilty. It's not guilty until proven innocent. It's innocent until proven guilty, right? So if the man just turns around and runs away, I mean, yeah, you could say what if, or he could, or maybe, but he didn't. You see what I'm saying? He didn't yet. So that means he's innocent until he's guilty.
Just like my first grade teacher. Well, you might have beat the shit out of him, and he might have started it, but I didn't see him start it.
People do that so much nowadays. Like, you're guilty until your innocence is proven. And, like, to me, that is the definition of being an American. Like even all the way
assembled, by the way.
Even all the way down to like shopping at Walmart, where you have to like show your fucking receipt to the fucking door core, bro. Like that's guilty until you prove you're innocent, right there. That in itself is un-American. Like it's just not. It's just not cool. How's it un-American? Okay, am I speaking to people?
I see people like shoplifting all the time, left and right. And
okay. I mean, by that logic, I mean, then you should be subject to regular tests, DNA tests, I don't know, on your dick to see if you're a rapist or not, or some shit like that. Because there are rapists out there in the ether. You know what I'm saying? You know, like, I don't know. Like, maybe we should just have people, like, government officials come to your home because there are wife beaters out there. You might be one. So we should just have government officials come and inspect your home to make sure you don't beat your children and hurt your wife. Because there are wife beaters in the ether. Like, you see what I'm saying? Yeah, like, it's... I mean, you're either... you can't blanket it. You're either innocent until proven guilty, or you're guilty until your innocence is proven. And you have to choose how you want to live. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Like a normal human being?
Yeah, I mean, how would you feel? Like, imagine that. How would you feel if your government said, because there are wife beaters in the world, once a month, I'm going to send a government official to your house to inspect your house to make sure you're treating your family the right way.
I'll be like, I have no wife, so therefore you have no need to expect me.
No, but okay, so for all the men that do have a wife...
If that ever happened, I legit let him in my house, I'll make him a cupcake while he looks for everything.
Yeah, dude, like, see, it's only like suspicious if you like have like, if you have our wife beater, and you beat your wife, and they'd be like, yeah, dude, let me just like, be like kind of like crazy, crazy in front of the cops.
I hate that answer. And because see, that's the most common answer. Well, if you don't have anything to hide, why don't you just let them come into your home and search your home? No, and that in itself is completely that in itself is un-American. That right there in itself is un-American.
I mean, like, you can't stop it. You can't be like, no, I don't want you to go in my house. I'm sorry. But you just can't be like, oh, no, sorry. No, I'm taking a crap right now. Sorry.
No, and see, dude, oh my God, you guys are actually killing me. Like, the definition of being American, and it really depends on what you think being an American is. So the definition of me being American is, this is my shit. Not the government shit. You didn't buy it. You didn't pay for it. You didn't work for it. This is mine. I bought this. This is my land. I know technically you rent the land and blah, blah. Yeah, it's never really yours. I get it. But at the end of the day, the citizens are supposed to have the power. And the moment you give up the power, you'll never get it back. So you have to maintain what little power you have left.
I understand you don't want to have somebody in your home, but like if it is an inspection to look if there are wife beaters out there, I would say, okay, like fine.
It's kind of like the case of like, you know how you have an apartment? You have an apartment and you do like inspections of your home and see if it's dirty or not.
I'm just a nice person, man. Like,
there's this one saying, bro, and there's this one saying, bro, and because a lot of people on the left, they do this, and it's a violation of your freedoms and liberties in the name of safety and the greater good. Hand down your freedoms, hand me your liberties, hand me all of these things you hold dear, because I have your safety at heart. And I'm looking out for what's best for you. So you can relax on all those freedoms and liberties because I know better. And you say, and they kind of code it in this like I'm doing good for the greater of mankind, so you don't need those liberties. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, this thing does. The women just gonna look so goddamn sexy. The pale serpent skin looks so good.
Look, there's this great saying, bro. It's one of my favorite sayings in the world. And there's one guy, and you're gonna choose which one you have to have. Would you rather dangerous freedom or peaceful slavery?
Peaceful slavery.
No. And I'm glad he said that. I know you might have. Well, you're probably not joking, which is sad. But most people would actually choose that. Most people would actually rather be safe and be slaves than be in danger and be free. No, and that's the problem. That's the problem right there. I'm so glad you guys joined my party because I'm streaming right now. Just FYI. Hopefully that doesn't offend or bother anybody. But I'm so glad you said that on the open stream.
You're streaming? I am so offended right now.
Oh my god. No, really. No, but listen, I'm really glad you guys said that because that's reality.
Okay, but let me check. Dangerous freedom is the freedom to do whatever you want. And that dangerous freedom is like, you can do whatever you want, so you can just go on a killing spree and just fuck everybody up.
Kind of like
without
the purge in a
any
way, like the purge. The purge.
Yeah, purge. It's like that's insane. You could be better like safe and that somebody's watching over you than like getting ambushed like in your house and just get totally decimated because everybody can do what they want.
Wait, guys, listen. I see both of your sides, but I'm gonna have to go with freedom. But about peaceful slavery, yeah, but like, why can't you just have both? Like, sir, someone's gonna.
Why not both? Why not both?
Because once you start taking, I mean, it really because it comes down to what governments have done in the past and in history. And usually, when a government starts taking liberties and rights in the name of social justice and freedom and safety, they don't stop. They continue to take more and they take more and they take more until the fact of all of your liberties are gone and the government is in full and utter control.
Let them be blissfully ignorant because they're blissfully ignorant. They don't know. Therefore, they're living a happy life.
Yeah.
And like my favorite thing is a lot of people think that because it's 2021, things like that could never happen in 2021. That doesn't exist anymore. I implore you to look at what what China's doing to the Muslims right now in re-education camps, taking Muslims who believe in their faith, and they're taking them into concentration camps by the thousands and forcibly re-educating them. And there's tons and tons of evidence about them raping these people, killing these people. And my argument would be, if they were in America, those people would have been allowed to have guns. They would have been allowed to have freedom of meeting together and maybe starting groups and maybe...
Like, is gun freedom, like, is shooting, like, protecting yourself and killing somebody freedom?
Yes, no, bro, yes, dude. No, you guys aren't from America, so I get to tell you.
Just kill somebody right
No. That's okay. Hold on now. That's a little. Come on, bro. That's. I would say that's a
because it's always about
argument,
guns.
Bro.
It's always about like protecting yourself.
I would say that that's a questionable argument, bro. A law-abiding citizen who owns a gun isn't just gonna go out into the street and just start shooting random people, bro.
You'd be surprised.
But if you have a dangerous freedom, it will happen.
Boy.
Okay, no. Okay, listen.
Hey, man,
all right, listen.
It's legal to kill.
Okay, listen. Let me ask y'all real objective questions. Are we from America? Yes or no?
Yeah.
I am not from America.
Okay. All right. Now that we've
American,
all right, now that we've answered that.
Offense.
No, you're good. Now that we can. No, I'm glad. No, I implore him to enter the conversation. It opens his mindset to a different view because the liberal media has brainwashed everyone in the entire world. So what's reality? Most people in the media, bro, they misquote the living hell out of gun statistics to give them a narrative. That's what they do all the time. Okay. Here's America's gun statistics verbatim. I encourage you to look this up. This is no bullshit. On average, there are about 36,000 deaths per year in America from guns. Okay? That's just a blanket. Okay? From guns, period, there are 36,000 deaths.
Yeah.
Now, most liberals and leftists who are against guns don't tell you that almost 17,000 of those deaths are suicides. Okay? Now, let's just be real. If someone wants to kill themselves, they don't need a gun. They're going to do it regardless. I mean, yeah, does a gun make it easier? For sure. I won't argue that. But if someone wants to die, they're going to find a way to kill themselves. That's just all there is to it. So
but
you
that's
can't
suicide.
change that.
It's not homicide, it's suicide.
Exactly. So it's not even in the conversation. Okay, so we'll take out so we'll take out 17,000 of those 36,000. Okay. Also, about 5,000 or 6,000 are. I'm not going to break down the numbers because I don't want to misquote. There are all those gun numbers include, and I'm going to hear, accidental discharge deaths, police killings in the line of duty, gang what else is home defense. Okay, home defense. Pretty much a bunch of different shit, right? Which pretty much knocks the number all the way down to about 6,000, which is homicides and gang violence, which is the real number. So let's continue. In a country of 326 million people, with an estimated 400 million firearms and trillions of rounds of ammunition, there are only 6,000 deaths per year by gun violence. You officially have a higher chance of dying in 1,000 other ways. My favorite one, because liberals love to use this as their golden ticket to push gun control, the mass shootings. Okay, here are the numbers on mass shootings. Do you know how many people they kill per year on average? About 150. Okay? And check this out. The statistics on that. Your chances in America of being involved in a mass shooting are 0.001 per 100,000 people. You know your chances of getting struck by lightning? 0.0035. You literally have a 3.5 times more chance, 3.5 more times to be struck by lightning than you do to be involved in a mass shooting. And then they use that to try to say, let's ban assault rifles. And just one more thing, I'm done rambling because I want to make sure I encompass everything. The gun that they often go after is the AR-15 because it's a military rifle. It's just scary. All of the assault weapons. AR-15s are used in 3% of all gun killings. Okay? And one of my favorite facts that no one even knows about, more people die from AR-15s in a home defense situation than they actually do when a criminal is using it to kill someone else. So guns in AR-15 specifically are used more often to defend a homeowner from an attacker than an attacker to assault an individual with. And they account for 3%. So in my argument is this.
I didn't know that was even a thing.
Exactly. Exactly. No one does. No one knows those things because the liberal left wants you to know their narrative, not the reality, because then the reality shatters their narrative. So when it comes to it all, let's think logically, fellas. If you wanted to stop gun violence and gun deaths, wouldn't you go after the gun that causes the most deaths? True or false? You wanted to truly stop the violence and the killing, would you not target the most deadly firearm that's used to kill the most people?
If I wanted to stop if I want to stop, gun deaths, I would just deteriorize guns in general.
Right, well, let me give you this statistic. Did you know that pistols are used in almost 80% of all killings?
Yeah, I know.
One point that I want to point out is we're talking about statistics, and we're talking about millions and millions and the percentages, of course. But it's the same thing talking about crashes. In an airplane you have more possibility to survive than in a car. That's true, because there are more cars than planes in the air. or on the ground. So, like, I don't like the statistics part.
For a professional pilot to all of a sudden, well, we're going down. Whee! There has to be something wrong with the plane itself, not like.
And it's the same with the statistics, you know, like the gun statistics. Like they are already like pulling like millions and millions, and then it's like, oh yeah, it's 0.1% that like you die of something like that, you know. Yeah. But it doesn't always, like, the statistics always will not always tell the truth.
See, I don't like that argument. I've heard that before. Because statistics, I mean, if they're taken properly, anytime somebody dies from a gun argument, you would look at their autopsy and you would document that death being, okay, that person died from a gunshot wound, and then you would tally that death, and then you would compare it to the population of the country. So, I mean, statistics and math are usually the only real things that are incapable of lying. I mean, unless you would want to say that there's a conspiracy theory where people are like falsifying death certificates to try to, you know what I'm saying, to try to aid the gun argument. I mean, if you want to go that far.
They are. It's true that they are like incapable of lying, but sometimes statistics will tell the truth. Of course, they will tell the truth. That's just true. But it will give you like a number, and the number looks like real small in comparison to other stuff.
Okay, I see what you're saying. So like the liberals argument, because a lot of white liberals and black liberals in this country, they always like to argue that there are more white people on food stamps, right? But you know, technically there are, but there are also a ton more white people. And if you break it down specifically, the percentage-wise, there are less white people on food stamps than there are black people on food stamps. But where you look at it number-wise, yeah, there are more white people than there are black people. Is that what you're getting at?
Yeah, like that, you know, like it's hard for me to say it in English or in American, but like
I get what you're saying.
That way.
Look, here's the main thing about guns that, and I don't know where you're from and what your like values are and what your country is. You know what I'm saying? Like what kind of things you guys believe in. But one of the main things that most red-blooded Americans, when I say red-blooded, I mean people on the right, Republican Americans believe in, is the main reason to keep guns is just in case something like China or Myanmar right now is happening. Just in case something like that happens in America, where you have a military takeover, or where you have a tyrannical government, or where you have something like that situation where your government is threatening the liberties of the people. Because the way that our initial doctrines were created, the people are the only thing left to check the government in case, because we have a checks and balances system, right? So the people are the only thing left to check the government in case the government oversteps. But if you remove the firearms from the people, then you remove their ability to defend against a possibility of a tyrannical government.
Yeah, and that's true.
And people's only argument, oh, it's 2020, that'll never happen. Really? So your argument is that rich and powerful people won't try to obtain power? That's your argument? You see what I'm saying? Like
everything can happen, but I think what is happening in America is that people are getting afraid, so they try to like protect themselves. That's the first part. The first part is people want to protect themselves, so they arm themselves with any weapon. Actually, like it doesn't matter even if it is a firearm, but firearms like are like the best way to kill somebody or trying to protect yourself.
For sure. Agreed.
So that's why I think because of fear, like things just get out of hand. Like what you say, people are expecting that something is going to happen,
for sure.
But actually it isn't happening yet, or it is maybe never going to happen. So people are like storing in weapons, ammunition, and trying to protect themselves. But sometimes like when people are trying to protect themselves, they can actually how can I say it, turn their own tides. Like they at a certain point they feel like the power that they have to protect themselves, and sometimes they just use it to harm others when they are not even like a threat to them, you know.
Yeah, and see,
sometimes
there's so many different arguments. 50-50. Listen, there's so many different arguments in America when it comes to guns, because a lot of the people that are really pissed about it, especially on the right, are law-abiding citizens, okay? And most people who own guns are law-abiding citizens. So, and the definition of being a law-abiding citizen is the polar opposite of the definition of being a criminal. So you see, so whenever you pass a law, right, that affects law-abiding citizens, well, by definition, the criminal is not going to follow the law, by definition. And so the only thing that ends up happening is you end up having a person who's a criminal who doesn't follow the new regulations that now make it more difficult for law-abiding citizens to protect themselves against the criminal. And see, that's really what the people get mad at, because it's pretty much like, it's like you're obviously not supposed to steal something in a store, right? There are policies, you know, don't steal in a store. But a criminal, by definition, doesn't give a damn about that rule. They're going to go in and do what they want to do. I mean, so
that's true.
Yeah, and so I don't know. Because on the left in America, it's constant arguments about gun control, gun control, gun control. But they're always bro. Okay, I've already spoken about this earlier, but I'll say it again. I'll reiterate. I'm a former military. I served 6 years in the military. Okay, I have no criminal. Appreciate it, man. I have no criminal background. I have no felonies. Okay, so I am an upstanding citizen in my community, right? I'm not gonna, I'm not like, known and all that, but you get them. I'm not a lawbreaker. I'm not selling drugs. Blah blah. I had, in order for me, and I live in a gun-friendly state. I live in North Carolina, where I can open carry a pistol in anywhere as long as it's not a government building, which is a really lax state, okay, on gun laws. I had to go to the police station. I had to get a background check and do fingerprinting, and I had to pay for that right there. Then they had to send that off to a federal database. It took about 3.5 weeks for that shit to come back. Then I had to go back to the sheriff's office, pay for a permission slip, take that permission slip to a gun shop where they ran another background check in order to purchase an expensive-ass pistol that most people wouldn't be able to afford anyway. And I'm a law-abiding citizen in a gun-lax state that is very, very lax on its gun laws. And it took me a month to get a pistol and like $800, $900. And you say that we need more gun control laws? But by the definition, a criminal isn't going to follow the gun control laws, which relates back to my prior argument.
Yeah. Because you obey the law, but the criminals don't care, so they're gonna have guns, but you don't. So when they come to rob your house, you're gonna have nothing to protect yourself. While they're gonna carry a whole entire military army of guns with them.
Exactly, and the criminal coming into your house at 3 a.m. in the morning, he's there to rape your wife and kill your children and steal everything you have. That's what he's there for. What are you gonna do? You gonna get him with a baseball bat? I mean, if he comes in with a gun and you have a bat, or a machete, what is that gonna do? You're gonna die, and the criminal's going to win because gun control.
And I live in California, and it sucks over here, so...
Yeah, I mean, bro, can't we just look at every liberal city? Every single liberal city in America that is run by Democratic left and liberals who have some of the strictest, worst, and hardest gun control laws also have the highest crime rates in the entire country. Anywhere ran by a Democrat. Chicago, St. Louis, San Francisco, New York. We can go on and on and on and on and on. Detroit, every single major city ran by Democrats is a cesspool of gun violence and criminality when they are the most anti-gun.
Yup.
I mean, it just, that in itself to me shows you that their policies don't work.
Because I'm a Detroit fan.
Go Bears.
Detroit what?
I'm a Detroit dude. I like Detroit Lions. They're one of my favorite teams. So.
Oh, that sucks. They traded off your quarterback.
I feel to have Jared Goff. Yeah, exactly.
Yo, hey, real quick off the politics.
Matt, he's a full-on Chicago fan.
Matt Stafford is so underrated, bro. He just had a shit team, and he is about to decimate, bro. Bro, he's a. Bro, I'm telling you.
I don't think he'll fit in because it's more of a run offense on the Rams, but I don't know. But
dude, they have fucking what's his name? Todd Gurley. Something, that's how you say his name.
No, Todd Gurley's on the Falcons. They have a Cam Akers who's actually really good, but he was injured like most.
Wait, they switched? Oh, I remember him having Todd Gurley.
They traded Todd Gurley away for the draft pick that got them Cam Akers, but they're trying to they had to get a new O-line, but they're trying to get draft picks for him. So they said, oh, the Falcons need a running back.
This is gonna sound stupid, but for a while I was a full-on diehard 49er fan.
That's alright.
Well, how long is long?
Bang Bang Niners.
Ever since this new NFL was a thing, which is when I was 5.
Okay.
You're chilling. But, yeah. Hey. I mean, I think they're gonna make a trade for Deshaun Watson for real.
Dude, I'm perfectly fine with talking football. I've been talking politics all morning, bro. Go Bucks, dude. And anyone who doubted Tom Brady, how'd that dick taste?
I don't understand how anyone underestimated him.
Hey, wait, I got a question to y'all. Can anyone here guess my favorite team though? Like, can anyone guess it?
You sound like a guy who loves the Jets.
He sounds like a Broncos fan.
Nah.
Steelers.
Bob Miller is one of the worst
leaving.
people I know. Just the Steelers? Nah, dude. I mean, Big Ben's a really good dude, but Juju, he's just no.
I hate the Steelers with everything in my heart.
See, I can't really talk.
What's wrong with Big Ben though? I like Big Ben. This is Juju that I hate.
I hate Big Ben.
I'm a Steelers fan and I hate the whole team.
Look, man, hey, let me just give you one thing. As soon as I say it, you're gonna get it. Cheese heads, cheese heads, cheese heads, cheese heads.
You're Packers.
That's respectable, but it sucks to suck.
It's respectable.
They're so good at the freaking regular season, but as soon as they get to the playoffs, they're just oopsie, incompletion, interception, fumble.
And at the end of the half TD, like 6-yard bomb to Scotty Miller, like get you out.
Bro, I am so happy too about Tom Brady, bro, because like I was always like, once he won that Falcons Super Bowl where like they were getting fucked all the way, and then like they won, like that already solidified it for me. But the fact that he went to the Bucks, dude, you're talking about a team that hasn't been to the playoffs in like 13 years, hasn't won a Super Bowl in 20, and the very first year he goes there, they win the fucking Super Bowl, and the playoff games they play against the Saints and the Green Bay Packers, and you play against the Chiefs, bro. It's just you can't even you just can't. What can you say? What can you? Someone say. Dude, what can you even say?
Dude, it's not just Tom Brady that's a goated. Have you seen their whole setup?
Oh, bro, they had a squad. They got a squad. Dude, they've got a squad, dude.
Dude,
they had everything.
Listen,
they had everything. That's why Tom Brady went there.
Listen, my whole school, we call them the seniors because there's like 40 and plus in that
seniors.
Team. They're called the legends, man, because they're like 40 and up. They should be retired by now. Don't I have Ron Krowski, whatever his name is?
Yeah, they have Rob Gronkowski, and then they have Antonio Brown.
Simp, dude. Every time where Tom Brady goes, he follows. Straight up simp. Pissed me off a little bit because I thought the Green Bay Packers finally had a chance. They're like, nope, screw you. Tom Brady's back.
Well, it wasn't even Tom Brady against the Packers. That defense really stepped up, dude.
Oh,
like
the Bucs defense was insane.
Yeah, no, the Bucs defense was
Rodgers,
retarded
he's a beast
this year.
in my opinion, dude. The Green Bay Packers, in my opinion, had one of the best quarterbacks besides Tom Brady. Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers. That's all I know yet. I can't think of all of them on top of my head. Hold on. Fuck, what was his name? God damn it, hold on. I gotta wait for a minute.
My team was Carolina. They've been Carolina forever, but they're stupid and their general managers are retarded and they don't ever make moves.
Wait, what's Patriots' new quarterback?
Cam Newton.
It was Cam Newton.
That's the only good move Carolina made, getting rid of that motherfucker.
Let's have one of the best teams, one of the best quarterbacks of all time. Let's get a scrambler, shall we? Let's get Cam Newton. I can't throw with a worth. I bet I can probably throw better than
Michael Vick.
Be dead serious.
Michael Vick.
Man, he's pretty good, but
Michael Vick was one of the best scramblers ever, dude. The best scrambler ever. Like, let's not even. I mean,
everyone's like, no, it's Lamar Jackson. Be quiet.
Bro,
Lamar Jackson's nothing.
Nothing.
I know.
Early Falcons days, but fucking Mike Vick. Holy shit, bro. He was untouchable.
That's what we call the team's heyday. Now they suck. Even though, wait, don't they still have Julio Jones?
Yeah, dude. Julio Jones to me is the best receiver in football. Has been for quite some time.
Nah, dude, it's Randy Moss.
Well, I'm talking about current day football.
Like, current time.
Oh, current day?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, no, I'm not talking about all time.
I was like,
no. Like the best receiver
Jerry Rice
in football.
And Randy Moss are my two favorite.
No, I would put Julio Jones up there though, bro. His catch rate and the catches that he makes, like, yeah, dude, he's just, oh man. Matt, dude, the Falcons are another
Jerry
team.
Moss, dude, he was so good that they legit, when someone says, bro, you just got mossed on, that's where they got it from. I like, wait, Jerry Rice or Jerry Moss? Hold on, I'm confused now.
Oh, wait, what is it?
It was Randy Moss.
I think it's Jerry Moss.
Yeah,
no, it's Jerry Rice. It's Jerry Rice and Randy Moss.
Randy Moss. They sound the same, dude. The reason why I love Rice so much because, he legit broke almost every record, a receiving record, and plus he played for the 49ers, so.
Yeah. Dude, Megatron on the Lions before he retired was looking up to be one of the greats too, bro.
Oh yeah, but he retired too soon, dude.
Yeah, he did. He really did. I was shocked at that, bro.
The Panthers had a real, I forgot his name already, but he, besides Christian McCaffrey, that's the Panthers itself. But they had a really good linebacker.
Yeah, Luke Kuechly, the best linebacker. Dude, I'm a Panthers fan. Luke Kuechly, bro. Like, he was the greatest fucking linebacker, bro. All 8 years he played, he led the league in tackles and interceptions almost all the time. Like, he was literally unstoppable, dude. Just unstoppable.
It's sucked that he retired.
Lil Mac was good? Nah, dude.
No, statistically, Luke Kuechly's the best linebacker since Ray Lewis. All
in your opinion, who was the best linebacker that ever lived? Like, was not statistically.
Wasn't Mike Singletary a linebacker?
I think he was. I don't know. Was he?
I believe he was. If he was, that I don't know why I feel like he was, but I feel like he was my favorite linebacker.
That one retard that's like, it's Von Miller. No, it's not, dude.
No, God, he's an outside line. Yeah, hold on.
No, I'm like, his personality is trash. I hate him. I hate him. I used to like the Broncos. I mean, they weren't my favorite team, but I liked them. Plus, I liked how they looked too. Like, when I first discovered what the hell football even was, I liked teams by the colors of their jersey, and I fell in love with the Broncos. Then I looked at the 49ers, and I was like, oh, see ya, Broncos, go bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
And then I realized NFL is not just the colors. And then I stuck with the 49ers for, like, all my life. And then I found the Cheeseheads. And then I was like, you know, Cheeseheads. I mean, I like Cheeseheads, alright? It's a good name. It's like, it's legit one of their famous names.
I have a Cheesehead in my family. Like, my family's all mixed up with NFL teams.
Oh my god, my family too. My brother used to be a Falcon. Now I think he's a Saint.
No, what is my cousin did something weird. He was a Seahawks fan for the longest time.
And then Russell Wilson came along. He's a really good dude.
I think he switched to the Ravens, and then there was another team he switched to.
I also like the Titans a lot.
Oh shit, Dick Butkus and Lawrence Taylor too.
I also like the Titans a lot because, you know, it's the closest team to my home state, Alabama. Because, you know, we have a college team that's like the best college team, one of the best. But we have no NFL team, sadly, and it's kind of sad. I mean, like, imagine Birmingham Jangalangs or something like that. Right, yeah, dude. I wish every state had their own NFL team. That'd be really cool. But nah, dude. You go down.
Alaska or Hawaii.
Nah, dude. You look down. Listen. You look down. You see Florida, that has Tampa Bay, Miami, Jaguars. I think that's better. Yeah, they have 3 teams, man. Alabama has none. Georgia has none. Wait, no, Georgia has Atlanta. My bad.
Georgia has Atlanta.
Yeah, I forgot. My bad.
Texas has 2. California used to have 3, now has 2.
If we're being dead serious, Titans and Atlanta are like really close to me. It's like a 5-hour drive. Not 5-hour, like a 7-hour. I don't know. But I just don't like the Falcons that much for them to be up there. So that's why I like Tennessee. Plus, I forgot the running back name, but Derek. No, not Derek. What's your running back's name?
I don't know, man. I don't watch NFL.
Dude, everyone left. That's sad.
Yeah, true. I don't understand. Okay.
I pissed them off so much because I'm a cheesehead, dude.
But where is this other dude, the Spartan-Kid? I actually had a good conversation.
Oh, I'm sorry if I ruined it.
Oh, don't worry, dude. It was about I don't know even how this party was called. It was something like leftist something.
Oh yeah, he was the politic dude. Yeah, I'm gonna friend him when he gets back, even though I'm only 15.
Yeah. Like, I'm European, and we were just talking about gun laws and whatever, you know, but, like, here in Europe, like, we don't actually Yeah, we have a gun law, of course, but like we don't have one on our person, you know. Yeah, it's like this that that way, you know.
Wait,
we don't
there's a
have
thing called
guns
a
on
gun?
us. Yeah, like I'm in the military, so yeah, of course I know how to handle certain weapons. But yeah, like
oh,
if
you're in the military?
you...
Okay, well I don't want to sound stupid, but what country are you from? Because I don't. Oh, excuse me, I don't know. I can't tell.
Oh, it's okay. Like I'm from the Netherlands, but yeah.
I thought you were Indian when you first joined.